now, I draw the cobra here, and here's what's going to happen. If the mule is the baby going to separate the children, the father and mother, usually what happens is if the father looks at the baby is, the couple is going to separate. That's definitely if it's a mule baby that does that. There are different types of mule, and it's shown by the Sheshnag. The Sheshnag appears on the back of the person. So now, if you look at some of the women, let's say this is the back, right? Now you get the head of the cobra. So if this is the back, the head of the cobra will be here if it's just a separation. You will just call it separation. If the Sheshnag goes up here and then the hair starts to grow here, that's a killer. If the hair is thickened here, it's a killer. I have pictures of this. I've actually met people who have had this experience. I had one girl, 3 guys died right after she sleeps. Remember, it happens only when they sleep together. So when they sleep together, this or this, the guy will either kill himself the next day, he'll have an accident or something like that. This one, he'll send him to jail, or he will separate from her and look for another woman or something like that. So again, this is the most dangerous one here, top, and you do see it. So it's always good if you want to when you see a baby, look at the back. And it's 6 or 9, you will know what's going to happen, right? Of course, the Charran Mala will tell you also. I have done a Charran Mala here. This Charran Mala is a 100-year Charran Mala. This one here, look at the degrees. They give you the degrees of the Indian degrees, not the English degrees. The English astrology is wrong on everything. Most of it, we can't tell them that. But Hindu astrology is the most accurate. So what happened now is, this book I designed because one customer came, he said he went to 10 Pundits and he got 10 different names. And I said, okay, we're going to fix that. So now you can get this Charran Mala. It has the exact degree, exact name according to the date. All you have to do is calculate whether it's before 12 o'clock or after 12 o'clock and so on in the daytime. And it will give you the accurate thing. Not only that, we have the Nakshatra Mala, which also gives you a little idea of what the mule is and what the mule will do and so on. Right? And this also is a 100-year. This actually will, just open the book, no calculation necessary, and you will find the nakshatra right away. Okay? So this is, I'm making it easier for you guys. I'm going to introduce these books. Hey, if you don't want to pay, find it me. I'll give it to you. Because in the interest of Hinduism, I will do it. As I said, I have done so much work in this that even I'm getting the recognition of the Westerners on this. And they are very much going to Vedic astrology. We just don't want them to go wrong. And that's why I am here to tell you that you need to keep up with them so that they don't mess up our religion. There's a lot of things on the website talking bad about Hinduism. And I have to reply to them sometimes. You know, they say, well, Hinduism is magic and things like that. I say, no, it's not magic. One white guy told me, he says, well, we worship a lot of idols. I said, you worship the same idols. Stop breed. He says, why? I said, if you stop breed, you don't need Hanuman, because our Hanuman is our ear. So, and stop using the light. Right? And I said, if you don't breed and you don't use light and you don't use space, then you're not a Hindu. So tell me who is not a Hindu? Everybody use light and space and water and air. And they are all our gods, Ganga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, and everything. So again, you can straighten this out with the Americans quickly. Just tell them that everybody is Hindu. Whether they like it or not, they have the same gods we have. Okay, so I want you to realize now that you can actually predict instantly using the Vedic mathematics books, which I wrote, which is called Life Code. And we have a Life Code here, see in the corner. The Life Code, the blue book. See in the corner, let me show you what it looks like. Okay, and then what I did was I related all the gods to physics. In other words, equal to mc squared is our formula. Lakshmi and Vishnu. Without space you can have light. When you put it together, you have Lakshmi Narayan, which is equal to MC square. Now everybody hears about Einstein, but nobody hears about Dr. Suchendra Bose, who gave Einstein the formula from Hinduism. Equal to MC square is really Lakshmi Narayan. So now, that's important. So when a person comes to you, most of the time in the old-fashioned way, you would look at a Rasi, you would look if Shani is there, you say Shaf Shani Gra. But how would you know how the Shani Gra will affect it? Right? And that's how you know by the houses and so on. So that's what the Patra shows you. Right? Again, if somebody is trying to get to the, if somebody is trying to get to raise their chakra, right? Let's say they're trying to get to the third eye. Now, I don't know if you have noticed it, but some people, when they try to do that, they go mad. And some people, when they try to do it the proper way, then they have a guru and so on. You need a guru to get in the Kundalini Yoga. My guru is Guru Muktananda, who taught me Kundalini Yoga. And Kundalini Yoga is where you open the third eye and see the gods and so on. Once you start the Kundalini Yoga, when a disciple comes to you, a devotee comes to you, and he starts his meditation, he's actually opening his Kundalini Yoga. You can know from his patra, his chart, how he will react to you as a guru also. In other words, will he bring you down? Because the disciple can bring you down too. Or the disciple can take you down. There are 3 planets that you don't know about, which I talk about in my patras and so on. Is Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, which you don't hear about in Hinduism. And those 3 planets are known as Indra Devata, Varun Devata, and Rudra Devata. Now you will see them in my chapters, but you probably won't be able to interpret it until I tell you now. Which is, Indra Devata tells you if something is going to happen in the chart instantly. For example, if a lady calls and says, my mother in this hospital, is she going to die or is she going to live? Now, if you look at Indra Devata, and he's in the 8th house, he does not make you die. So you can tell the lady, well, the lady is going to come back after all, even though she's in intensive care. Right? Now, Indra Devata also makes you a millionaire. If Indra Devata is in the 11th house, that's how you will know if the guy will become a millionaire or not. In fact, I predicted some lottery winners, if you look at my blogs, and I predict some people who won lotteries and so on. And they won the lottery. It's on the blog. If Indra Devata, however, is in the 1st house, right? And you know who Indra Devata is. He's a thunder and lightning and hurricanes and so on. That person will actually get in some kind of accident or will die from an accident. So you see how important those 3 planets are. They make the big prediction. And then Varun Devata has to do with Ganga Mata or water. So you'll find that when a person, you go to the hospital and the person is swelling up with water, that's Varun Devata. That means you have to find where Varun Devata is. Usually Varun Devata is here, it's affecting the kidney and areas and private areas and so on. If Varun Devata is in the head, then it's going to give him a stroke. Because the blood is going to flow too fast and break a vessel or something. So when a person gets a stroke, Varun Devata. These are important things. And then there is the last one, which is Rudra Devata, Pluto. Rudra Devata is known as Shiva, of course, but he's also slow and he's the foundation, he rules the earth and so on. What happens now is that when Rudra Devata is there, it slows everything down, but it makes it sure. For example, you know, the person who comes to you says, I'm not getting married. I'm 35 years old, I'm still not getting married. What happened? Rudra Devata is the one who slows it down. But finally, when he comes out of there, comes out of the Rasi or something like that, then the person gets married and so on. That's why some people don't get married. Right? We just call Mangalik also. When there's Venus and Mars together. Venus is Shukra Devata, Mars, Mangal Devata, they are love goddess and war god. They are in battle. Every time this person is married, they will. So that's why you know, we try to encourage people to check the books before they get married and so on. Right?